Hey, 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 what is up? How's it going, everybody? Glad to be joining. Thrilled to be joining you on this Friday night. And everyone who's in here knows why we're here. The Sacramento Kings have done the improbable, taking down the Golden State Warriors in Game 6 at Chase Center in the Warriors' home. The defending champions fall 99-118. Your Sacramento Kings pull out the victory in the best game the Sacramento Kings have played all year. What an incredible effort that we saw tonight. They set the tone from the start. I thought the Kings really came out with a certain level of aggression, and they were all week we were talking about executing, and they got off to a terrific start, which was important to keep Golden State's crowd at bay. You knew that they were going to come out with a certain level of energy, even though reports have it, ladies and gentlemen, that I clearly am not at Chase Center today, but many sources of mine said that it was a pretty empty Chase Center for a good majority of that game, due to the fact that it was a 5 p.m. start. So, the Kings didn't have too many fans in the building, but yet still having to play in an uncomfortable environment. The Kings stepped up tonight. De'Aaron Fox, 26 points. It was a very reminiscent of the Kings' first win in this playoff series. De'Aaron Fox, 26 points. We already know he's got the fractured tip in his finger, and he still had 26 points on 10 of 18 from the field, 11 assists. His Kentucky backcourt teammate Malik Monk with a 28-point performance tonight. Those two were just incredible all night long, hitting shots. Speaking of hitting shots, it was good to see Keegan Murray knock down a couple shots early in the game. He had 4 triples in the first half. I know Domantas Sabonis' stat line might not look impressive. 7 points, 11 rebounds, and of course he fouled out in that fourth quarter and was in foul trouble all night long, only playing 23 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, while he was in, I know Domantas Sabonis has been, heavily criticized for his performance in this playoffs, but 9 offensive rebounds tonight were absolutely massive in order to keep this game in Sacramento's favor. They had the lead from the first minute in the second quarter and didn't relinquish the lead the rest of the game. Just absolutely incredible defense. The defensive effort was back tonight. We saw them win with defense in the first 2 games. Haven't really seen that same level of intensity at Chase Center, but they brought it tonight. I thought, I'm not somebody who likes to bring up the referees. Tonight was one of those nights where you got to question some things. Obviously, the league would love to see a Golden State Warriors Los Angeles Lakers series. I'm not saying that they also wouldn't love to see this current series go 7, but man, this was this game was really frustrating. I think from both sides, honestly. I just don't think that the officiating was very good on either side tonight. A lot of questionable calls. Obviously, the Kings have 2 of their players foul out, so Sacramento has their side of the argument. But you know what, Domantas Sabonis got. We can talk about Domantas Sabonis at some other point later tonight. We saw how he is going to leave this game with a very swollen black eye underneath his, I believe it was his left eye. We all know that Sabonis gets beat up every single game, but in these playoffs and especially tonight, it was something special because he was just getting mugged every single time he was in the paint. And yet again, I don't think he took a single free throw tonight. He did not take a single free throw tonight, which is just absolutely absurd. Again, just if you rewatch tonight's game, which I will probably rewatch 3 times between now and Sunday, Domantas Sabonis was just getting absolutely abused all night long when he was in the paint. But I thought, especially if you want to see Domantas Sabonis and what he can look like at his best, his absolute best, his first 5 minutes of tonight's game were like Hall of Famer types. Like, he looked like he was an MVP the first 5 minutes of tonight's game. I was incredibly impressed, and I was like, okay, if again they set the tone from the start. That's really when I knew that Golden State was going to be in for a long night, because this Kings team was not going to lay down. The resilience of this team absolutely sticks out to me. The fact that they've never been in this situation before, never been in the playoffs. They're playing a team that's been through it all. Golden State has, they've won championships in so many different ways and had to adjust their lineup in so many different ways. For the Kings to be able to, as a group, just really adjust and be malleable. I mean, we saw tonight Trey Lyles get tons of minutes at the 5 tonight, both out of necessity because Domantas Sabonis got into foul trouble, but also they went to that early instead of going to Alex Len even before Sabonis was in foul trouble. So clearly, Mike Brown was trying to change things up tonight. We saw a lot less Davion Mitchell tonight, even though he's been terrific all series long. Davion only played 11 minutes tonight, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. I think the reality of that situation is just it's tough to keep Davion on the floor if he's not going to hit shots, but that does not take away from how terrific he's been all series long. How about this? I made note of this at halftime. Keegan Murray at halftime played 22 of the 24 halftime minutes. 22 of 24 halftime minutes. He finishes off tonight 45 minutes played for the Kings rookie. That's massive. Say what you will. I know stat sheet again doesn't look great. 5 of 17 from the field, 4 of 13 from 3. For Keegan to first off have that level of aggression, for Keegan to be looking for his shot the way that he was tonight after not taking a single shot, starting the way he did in game 5, where he hit 4 of his first 5 shots and then didn't take another shot all game. To see him take 17 shots tonight it's just great to see. But clearly also the trust that Mike Brown feels in Keegan Murray is clearly shown in those 45 minutes. And Keegan played a great game tonight. He took, I think, 2 or 3 charges by my count, which is massive. I mean, Keegan, you say what you will about him. He's not the strongest guy. He's not the most aggressive, assertive guy. But for him to step up and take those charges is the toughest thing you can do on the basketball floor. There's some of the toughest guys in the league won't take charges because it's just sacrificing your whole body, and obviously you're taking a lot of impact. And for Keegan as a rookie to be able to put all that aside and just lay it all out for his team is incredible to see. And you saw that it also translated into real momentum. It stopped Golden State from scoring 3-4 possessions. Trey Lyles also picked up a charge as well. So it was a great game from Keegan tonight, and that's just one hell of a performance from the Sacramento Kings. I mean, what a response to just having their backs to the wall. Golden State, you had to know that Golden State wanted to get this game. They didn't want to have to travel back to Sacramento, take a bus tomorrow or Sunday, definitely tomorrow with the game being so early on Sunday. They're going to have to take a bus now tomorrow down to Sacramento. They didn't want to do that. So for the Kings to really just honestly be the more poised team, to be the more desperate team tonight was really cool to see, especially again considering Golden State and their history and their experience. The fact that they were able to be the more prepared team in that situation just honestly speaks a lot to Mike Brown and the preparation, but also to the players' mindset and understanding the situation. It's a very mature thing to not come out tonight and just be too amped up, be anxious, and just try and do too much. I think the Kings did a great job of just playing their game. Really, they really did a good job of not letting the emotions of the game, the flow of the game, get them too distracted from the game plan. De'Aaron obviously picked up a tech early tonight. He's gotten a couple of those, and a lot of it has been from talking either at the officials or towards Draymond Green. I believe this time he was talking with Jordan Poole. So De'Aaron's a gamer, and he's not taking any mess out there on the court. It's sometimes frustrating to see. Obviously, us Kings fans who have been Kings fans from the bad days know and instantly think of DeMarcus Cousins in those moments. But De'Aaron is not that. He is definitely. I would say he's a little bit more composed than that for sure, and probably understands what that line is in order to get those texts. But you just like to see him be fiery. De'Aaron's not going to take again. He's not going to take any mess, and Jordan Poole and Draymond Green are definitely talking a lot. Something huge tonight to me. I mentioned Domantas Sabonis on the offensive glass, but the Kings as a team finished with 18 offensive rebounds tonight. That is their second highest total of the season. Their first, they finished with 22 offensive rebounds at the end of the season against Dallas, and then also 18 offensive rebounds against the Warriors in that game where none of the starters played. So great time for the Kings to really pay attention to crashing the offensive glass tonight. Also, the turnovers were a problem. Still finish off with 19 turnovers. That's not what you want to see, but the game was kind of a sloppy game on both sides. Golden State also ended up with 19 turnovers, so kind of leveled out, and it was kind of more just a product of how that game was played. But moving forward in a game 7, I would suspect to see a lot of similar stuff. Game 7s are not pretty. They're really ugly. The fact that the Warriors scored 99 points tonight makes me feel really good about how the Kings could perform in a game 7. It's going to be really, really similar to the style of game that we saw tonight. And it really came down to the Kings being able to hit a couple shots. Again, I really thought that was what was so big about Keegan Murray hitting his shots. It really spaced out the floor, made Golden State worry about somebody else besides De'Aaron Fox, besides Domantas Sabonis. Kevin Huerter also hit 3 threes tonight. Good to see him break out of his shooting slump just a little bit. He's definitely not out of the woods completely. He finishes 3 of 11, but 3 of 8 from 3-point land. So good to see Kevin knock down a couple of them and see them go in. So, now he almost doubled what he's hit all series long. He only had 4 threes made through 5 games. And then now he adds 3 more to that total. It was interesting to see Terrence Davis enter the equation today. He played 19 minutes. He fouled out in those minutes, and they were pretty up and down. There was some good in there for sure. I think he knocked down 1 3. Yeah, he was 1 of 3 from 3. Had a nice little up and under as well. Thought he gave some decent minutes for sure. His defense wasn't phenomenal. Had a tough time defending without fouling. He did have that one. I don't know. I don't want to say it was controversial, but he had one foul on Dante DiVincenzo where he kind of wrapped around his back, which was a foul, but also with how they've been officiating and letting these guys play was a little dicey. And then TD stripped the ball. I kind of thought that wasn't the best call for TD. A little bit unfortunate, but TD used all of his fouls. And as a reserve, I really liked it. Terrence Davis knew that he had 6 fouls. Might as well use them all. It's it's not the best, but sometimes stopping somebody and committing a foul is better than allowing them to get easy bucket to the hoop. And that's a perfect transition point to talk about the Warrior side of things. To me, the Warriors have to be looking at their missed free throws tonight as a big reason why they lost tonight's game, which is probably one of the first times I think that they have ever said that, because they are traditionally the best, not one of, but the best free throw shooting team in the NBA, including 2 of the best free throw shooters that there is in the NBA, and Stephen Curry, obviously, but also Jordan Poole, who I believe last year actually finished with the highest free throw percentage in the NBA. Steph hasn't missed 2 free throws. He's only missed 2 free throws 5 times this year. I'm actually checking right now. And Stephen Curry, this is the first game all season long where Steph has missed 3 free throws in a game. So you have to know that every Warrior fan in your life is going to bring up that fact. So Steph missing 3 free throws tonight. Jordan Poole also missed 2 free throws. Dante DiVincenzo, I thought, did a good job of getting to the line a lot. He missed a free throw. Andrew Wiggins also missed 3 himself. So, I thought that was big. People also, again, while we're still talking about the Warriors, let's talk about Game 6 Clay. Game 6 Clay that I was promised was a team low minus 28. Went out there on the floor, 22 points for Clay on 8 of 20 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3. I found a stat earlier today that Klay Thompson in game sixes, his last 8 game sixes, he had been averaging 26 points per game on 51% from 3. However, now in his 2 most recent game twos, the last one before tonight, I'm sorry, game sixes. The last one before tonight being the NBA Finals game 6, in which the Warriors clinched last year's championship. Klay had 12 points on 5 of 20 from the field. And again, tonight, Klay finishes, what was he, 8 of 20 from the field and 2 of 9 from 3. So, Klay game 6 might be, that narrative might be done now. Who knows? Who knows? But all I do know now, game 7 herder. Okay. I advise everyone tonight, if you want to get hyped, watch some Kevin Herter game 7 versus the Philadelphia 76ers highlights. He scored 27 points in a closeout game to allow the Atlanta Hawks to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. I believe that was in 2020, possibly 2021, but it might have been 2020. But yeah, I would definitely advise everybody watch that for required hype content before Sunday's game. And that will bring me to this Sunday, 12:30, Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, game 7 out at Golden One Center. It's going to be an absolute party. Hopefully we can light the beam during the day. We'll finally have an answer to, will the beam be seen during daytime? I'm hoping, well, it's 8 o'clock now. Oh, dang. I didn't get to see if the beam was visible after tonight's game, or during the day for tonight's game. But yeah, let me go to some comments. I have been rambling for 17 minutes now. I'm sorry, everybody. Let me get to your thoughts. That was, obviously I'm hyped, y'all. This is a huge, huge moment here. Again, a lot of doubters for the Kings' chances in this game 6. And they clearly came out tonight with a mission, and that was to light the beam. Absolutely. Talent manager. Kings didn't choke. It's really that simple. Wow, Chase Center dead silent. Good to see Herter step up. Cool. I'm glad to see people feeling like Kevin Herter played well again, like kind of relative. Kevin hasn't really played well all series long. So even to see him hit a couple of shots is just good to see. Absolutely. How about this? De'Aaron Fox with 26 points, 11 assists, superstar performance. This dude is just going to get more and more star calls. I mean, you see Steph Curry get some pretty favorable whistles sometimes. As De'Aaron Fox continues to put these playoff performances together, he will get more and more respect across the league, and he absolutely deserves it. I mean, again, for him to be putting up these performances with a broken finger, and everybody knows it. You see he's getting stripped quite a bit, and he's losing control of the ball a good amount of times, one too many times throughout the game. But for him to still fight through that, to put up 26 points, it's just been incredible. And for him to understand that he can still be a weapon even if he's not at his best. He has so many other skills besides scoring. It's about setting his teammates up. That's where he gets 11 assists. Also gets 3 steals tonight for De'Aaron. He keeps talking about his turnovers. He does need to bring those down. Him and Domas both had 5 tonight. But that's just nitpicking. I mean, De'Aaron was absolutely incredible tonight. Again, with the caveat that he has a busted finger, which that's just, he was balling out. 10 of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Again, good to see De'Aaron knocking down perimeter shots. Let's see here. Who else? Shout out Jimmy, who is always in the midday chat saying, "Oh my God, they did it. This is amazing. This is amazing. I cannot believe that." Again, we're heading to a game 7 on Sunday at 12:30. So many people, I'd be lying to y'all if I said that there was a lot of points tonight where I was confident, or today that I was confident about the Kings' chances. But also they still had to play the game. You had to know that they weren't going to come out and just roll over and feel like, oh well, we tried. They were gonna give this thing their all, and I'm really glad that this team got the result, because the way they played tonight, they absolutely deserve to win, and they did that to the defending champs again. Like there's so much good DNA on this team. They know how to pull through from so many different situations, and for the Kings to put their backs back to the wall. Golden State, now it's your turn. It's you guys are the one with everything to lose here. The Kings have at this point proven enough to all the doubters. Everybody who thought that this team wouldn't be anything would get swept in this series. So many Warriors fans said, oh, okay, cute, Kings won the first 2 games, we'll sweep them the rest of the way, dubs in 6. Well, now there's going to 7. Nobody thought that they would be here. And even if the Kings lose, I think that they're going to get so much respect. And not that, respect doesn't mean anything if you're not advancing, but they're going to get their respect. And the Warriors have to know that they're the ones with all the narrative at stake here. I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions risen if this Warriors team has a first round bounce out. People are going to be wondering, is this the end of the dynasty? Obviously, the Warriors can't worry about all that stuff now, but they also, the Kings need to make them feel that pressure, that oh my God, is this season really going to come to an end? Because again, I've said it a couple times here. I really think that whoever wins this series is going to make it pretty far in this Western Conference playoffs. I don't know, I'm once I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna go watch the Memphis LA game, see how that goes. Whoever wins that series, I think is going to be just a lot easier of a challenge than what both of these teams are going through right now. So it's this game 7 is everything, y'all. It could determine the Western Conference champion. It really could. And I'm talking about the Sacramento Kings as well when I say that. I absolutely am. Let's see here. Let's see here. All gas, no breaks with the let's go, bro. Refs were horrible against us. They were bad. They were definitely bad tonight. I will definitely give you that. The referees, I will say tonight, were very, very bad. And they were against us for a good majority of this game. But again, I will also fully admit that on the Kings side, or the Warriors fan side of things, the Kings got some beneficial calls as well. It was not all Kings related, but definitely there was points within the broadcast when Jeff Van Gundy and Mike Breen were both questioning the officiating. And us Sacramento Kings fans understand that that's a touchy subject, and we know all too well about Game 6s and officiating, and Game 7s and officiating as well. Let's see here. Block party in the first set. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the Kings were playing incredible defense from the jump. They were playing incredible defense from the jump. I think Sabonis got 2 blocks in that first quarter. Wow, they only credited him with 1, but he definitely got 2 blocks in like that. Again, that first 5 minutes, Sabonis was just playing absolutely incredible. And the defensive, they did a good job of setting the tone from the start. Wow. I'm just now checking the Lakers score, 31-16 Lakers with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. So Lakers are already doubling up Memphis. So it looks like that series might come to an end tonight. Let's see here. Checking the comments. Let me go more to the live comments. Who was everyone's player of the game today? If you had to give one player of the game, who would you give it to? Kingman, this is actually really funny. Kiddie Pool. I have not heard that nickname, but that's pretty funny. Sactown Sports was slandering Sabonis. What? I'll tell you what, it was not me. That's for damn sure. Um, I pointed out that this is just what the Warriors do, y'all. Like, ask any other team in the NBA. Ask shoot, you know why Rudy Gobert is no longer in Utah? It's because Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors made the league realize that or feel like centers can't be played against this new shooting era of basketball. They would play Rudy Gobert off the floor. Nikola Jokic last year. Go watch that film. They made Jokic look foolish too. This is what the Warriors do, man. It's how their system is set up. It's set up to make bigs look foolish and look like they're better off with them off the floor. And that's really why, Sabonis, if you watch Sabonis, man, regardless of what you think about how his the result of his play, that dude is playing his behind off the entire time he's on the floor. So every stat he gets, every single little he's not sucking because he's playing it too cool and he's taking irresponsible shots. No, everything he's doing, he is trying his behind off for. Okay. So you got to at least give the man credit for that. The results are what they are, but it is not for lack of effort, because every single thing he does is just so much effort, and I'm just always impressed by how hard he plays. And that's probably why he gets beat up so much, because he brings a certain level of physicality, and so I'm sure he's really hard to officiate. While we're 25 minutes in here, I feel like it would be a good time to reveal what my shirt says. I just realized that y'all can't see what my shirt says because this little thing is down here. How about this? I am optimistic about the Sacramento Kings this year. Y'all like that? I wore that all game. It was one of the few perks of, or I shouldn't say perks, but one of the few good things about not being able to go to the game today was I was able to kind of fan out a little bit. I got to watch the game at home. Good times, good vibes. I'm always a homebody anyway, so I prefer, I shouldn't say I prefer watching the game at home. It's always great to be in the building, in the environment, but I obviously came up watching all these games at home, so it's just super familiar, super comfortable to watch the game at home. But yeah, it was a great game, really good fun. And yeah, if you're in here, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Goes a long way. Obviously, thumbs up for a Kings win. We got a game 7, y'all. Game 7 on Sunday. Everybody better clear your schedules. I hope nobody had any big plans for Sunday, because now it's going to be a morning full of excitement, stress, anxiety, anxiousness, but it's going to all be worth it, because that is going to be the craziest environment I think any of us have ever seen here in Sacramento. Game 1 was on a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. It was on a weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, and it was also at an earlier tip. I think it might have been a 3:30 tip though. But just the energy, the environment, it felt like I was almost at like a frat. Like, it felt like a college football pregame party or something. Like, it felt like a true tailgate out in front of Golden One Center at Doco. The energy was incredible, and I'm just trying to even imagine what it's going to look like on Sunday with now we all understand the stakes. As again, we are in the best situation in sports, the two best words in sports, game 7. Game 7 coming up on Sunday, 12:30 tip at Golden One Center. I'll be there doing a live stream immediately following Game 7 as well. So definitely be sure to be ready for that and hop on here. I'll definitely be sure to get the stream started early so people can hop in here and talk about the game as it's happening, as it's closing out, and then we'll be on right after following the game with instant analysis. After, let's give out our player of the game for tonight. I got to give some honorable mentions on a night like tonight. Just such an important game. So many people needed to step up. So I can't just give it to one person. I'll do like a hockey style. I'll do 3 stars. Hockey likes to do, ooh, yeah, they like to do 3 stars. I think 1 star is for like Obviously 3 stars is the best player, but it's kind of like an honorable mention thing. I don't know. I clearly don't watch hockey, but I know that they have a system like this for post game awards. So I'm going to give 1 star to Trey Lyles, because everyone who knows me and has ever listened to me before knows that I'm a day one Trey Bay. Okay, Trey Lyles at the 5 has been something I've been clamoring for as long as I can remember. And to see Mike Brown go to that with their backs against the wall when they really, really were desperate and needed to try something new, they go to the thing that many teams have came to the conclusion is best for going against the Golden State Warriors, and that's just spreading the floor out and trying to have a stretch 5 out there and go a little bit smaller. The Kings did that tonight. It was incredibly successful. Trey Lyles, 27 minutes, his most minutes played all series long, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. He had 12 big points and 9 even bigger rebounds. For him to get 9 rebounds is just absolutely massive. Somebody else needed to step up off the bench. And tonight it was Trey's night, and it was great to see, and it was much needed. 2 stars, my second star. Man, this is tough. I'll give it to De'Aaron Fox. These guys both deserve to get to split this award, really, but I'm not into to co award winner, so I'm gonna have to pick one. De'Aaron Fox is gonna get my 2 stars, 26 points, 11 assists, 3 steals, 10 of 18 from the field, and I'm gonna say it again with a broken finger. The tip of this man's dominant hand is broken. The index finger, the most important finger. And again, you see it affecting him throughout the game, but he just plays right through it. Doesn't stop him from really changing his game at all. He still plays passing lanes, still is taking threes, still is hitting a couple. He hit 2 tonight, but also again getting 3 steals, not being afraid to use that hand, get it into the passing lane, and also get some strips as well. De'Aaron was huge tonight, and again, this team needs him to be big every single one of these games if they're even going to stand a chance. He was great tonight. My third star, 3 stars, go to Malik Monk. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal for Malik tonight. 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Here's the big one, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, really similar to game 1 when he was 14 of 14 from the free throw line. That was a big problem for Golden State, something that they've been trying and doing a great job of preventing all series long. Malik hasn't been to the foul line nearly that many times throughout this series since game 1. He gets the line 10 times tonight, again, in a night where the Kings weren't getting a favorable whistle. For Malik to still get 10 attempts is huge and was huge tonight. He also, the fact he knocked down 9 of 10 when you see on the other side, it's not a guarantee. Sometimes free throws, especially with good free throw shooters, feel like they're a guarantee. We saw tonight, Steph Curry missed 3, Jordan Poole missed 2. They're not guarantees. You still got to knock them down. So, yes, Malik is a 90% free throw shooter, and he made 9 of 10. But it's just because you are your percentages. You got to earn that stuff. So big on him to hit all 9, or not all 9, but to hit 9 of 10 of his free throws. And also, shout out Mike Brown. Can't forget Mike Brown and all of this. Typically, when a team loses, everybody looks at the coach, but when they win, they look at the players. Also got to give huge credit to Mike Brown and his coaching staff who made a couple adjustments tonight. Again, Trey Lyles playing at the 5. They used a lot more pick and roll. I saw Keegan Murray be the ball handler in a pick and roll today. Haven't seen that all season long. So, they made a lot of different adjustments tonight, and it worked for them. All that matters is getting the result. Might have not been pretty. You look at the end of the day, the Kings shot 40% from the field. That's never going to feel good. You're never going to say that you played a great game when you shoot 40%. But you know what? They played great defense, ladies and gentlemen. Held Golden State to 37% from the field, 31% from three-point land. And yeah, missed free throws, 70%. Golden State shot from the free throw line tonight. They missed 10 free throws. Absolutely huge. I'm so glad to say I will see you guys again on Sunday following Game 7, no matter how it goes. If the Kings win, We'll be celebrating. I'll probably be courtside. It might be a shorter one because I'm going to want to go celebrate. But if whatever, if this thing comes to an end, I'll be here to talk it out with everybody, and we can all have a nice little kumbaya and cry together, I guess. There is a Saturday show. Thank you, Dre, for reminding me before I get off. My guy Kyle Madsen will be hosting tomorrow, I believe from 10 a.m. till noon. So definitely be sure to check that out. I'm not sure if that's going to be streamed on YouTube, but you can definitely check it out just on radio or on the Sactown Sports 1140 app as well. You can listen to all the shows, all the podcasts over there while we're here. I don't know if everybody's watching this on YouTube, but check out our YouTube content as well. Frankie Cardicelli is at Chase Center right now. He'll be uploading videos of the post-game press conferences right after they happen. I've actually been keeping track of who uploads those first, and I can confirm Frankie is the first one who gets it up. So if you want to see those as soon as possible, definitely check out Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel for all coaches and players commentary following this one. But again, Sacramento Kings get the win in Game 6. We're going to a Game 7, 118-99 over the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco. I'll see y'all Sunday. Enjoy this one. Enjoy the heck out of this one, everyone. Go Kings. That's all I can say. Like the beam.